Alright, so this is a bit of a continuation from that last one where I was talking in the car. It's probably just gonna be one video for you guys, but yeah, so a little motivation is I think everybody in this world deserves to be happy, and I believe that happy is a state of mind. Happiness is a choice. If you guys choose to surround yourself with people that are negative or upset or unhappy, then you're most likely bound to be unhappy. And that's just my personal opinion, so don't get too upset. Sorry, bright out here today, guys. But yeah, don't get too upset at that. But yeah, I mean, I'm coming from a place of, you know, a lot of people around me were upset, unhappy, dare I say, miserable with their lives. And, you know, that has a big effect on your personal perspective of things, you know? So if you're hanging around somebody consistently, if you look into surround yourself with you being the best person of your group and you being, you know, top of the line. I mean, I think you should be top of the line regardless, but if you are looking to hang out with the bottom of the barrel but be the best of the bottom of the barrel, I think that that's probably not good. So a lot of my friends growing up were, you know, drug addicts or, you know, just addicted to getting as messed up as they possibly can. And, you know, that gets tiring after a while. It gets tiring not having support. It gets tiring not striving to be the best version of you. And it's only, you know, a lot of people wouldn't take the steps to realize what they're doing to themselves, you know. And I think it's very important to ask yourself questions. I think it's very important to be alone with yourself. Not cut yourself off. Don't feel discouraged to ask yourself hard questions. For instance, what is it that you want out of your life? What is it that you're looking to do? What is it that you strive to be? You can strive to be shitty, you know? You could say, I want this to happen, I want this to happen, I want this to happen. But if you're not taking the steps for that to happen, how are you gonna make it happen? You know? Life is, life doesn't wait for anybody, you know? And I used to strive to just eat as much as possible, spend as much possible time at home, play video games, not talking to anybody besides the people that I play video games with. And you know, I feel like that's a lot of people nowadays, and I mean no disrespect by that, but that's a lot of people nowadays. And it's like people are afraid to ask themselves the questions. And there's nothing wrong with liking to play video games. Like even now, even just before I filmed this video, I was just playing Battlefield. You know, and there's nothing wrong with playing video games, but when it's all you do and you don't want to go see the outside world, that has a very big effect on your mental health as well. You know, so if you are afraid to go achieve something because of what may happen, then that's not living life to me, man. You gotta get up and take risks, take chances. You gotta make shit happen. You gotta ask yourself, what is it that you want out of life, and what's the first step that you could take to achieve that? What is the first step that you could take to make life happen for you? Because life ain't gonna fucking just fall into your lap. You know, you're not gonna become the best bodybuilder. You're not gonna become wherever you would like to be in your career, wherever you would like, whatever makes your purpose in life seem purposeful instead of you working it every day in your life. I feel that I found my purpose in bodybuilding, in the gym, and being the positive influence on myself that I've always needed to be, you know. Growing up as a kid, I didn't have a dad. I had a stepfather, but, you know, he was there, and that's great. But I never knew my biological dad. Not to be too personable, but I've had several stepdads. Yeah, I've had several stepdads, so I'll say it like that. And yeah, you know, like I have always had to be the influence that I needed to be, you know, and that started from a young age. I was looking up to the wrong people. I was striving to be like the wrong people when I should just be comparing myself to myself. And I should be growing from within. I should be looking at who I'd like to be, right? And I think a lot of people try to fit the mold of what other people would like for them, and they just hate it, you know? They're surrounded with people that are like, yes, 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 you're doing great, you're doing great, you're doing great. And in the inside, you're fucking screaming, you know? And for a long time, I felt like that. I felt like I was screaming from the inside. And nobody could hear me, you know? It's like, you know, when you guys have those dreams and you're screaming or you're yelling or you're, you know, you're out there and nothing is coming out, you know? I felt like that for a long time. And, you know, like we all have our interests in life, and for sure, like I've had a lot of interests, you know, but from a young age, I've always looked up to like bodybuilding, you know? I'm 30 years old right now, so just be aware of that, guys. But I've always looked up to bodybuilding, and you know, I don't care that bodybuilding is not the most healthiest sport, but you know, so a little bit about me. Going off track, right? I was a young kid. I was in private school, and you're like, oh, you're in fucking private school, you rich kid, whatever, fine, whatever. But I was the only, me and my sister were the only black kids in that private school, and it was very rough. But my favorite part about school was we used to go to this park for PE, and it was like right across the street from the school. We'd walk over there, and we'd do like relay racing, and I always used to feel the best doing that, because at heart I'm a competitive person. I'm a friendly person, but I'm very competitive, and I think that healthy competition is necessary, at least for me. I have ADHD. I was diagnosed with that. I was on a lot of medication for that when I was a kid. But I think for people with ADHD, the best thing for you is physical fitness, physical competition, healthy competition. Whether win or lose, I think it's very important to get all of that energy out. Because for a long time, you know, after I left school, the only thing that I did was play video games. So, sorry, backtrack a little bit. I was in private school until the 3rd grade. And once we got I got into a fight at the private school, and I got kicked out. So my mom decided to pull me and my sister out and homeschool us. And after I got started homeschooling, it was basically when I started getting fat. I lost all the encouragement. I lost all the support to be physical. And, you know, I was a skinny kid, but I would say that I was pretty athletic. If I can find some pictures of myself, I will, but put them in here. But, yeah, I lost all that support to be physical. And, let's go, man. I got fat. Got all the way up to 305 pounds in my adult life because I thought it was impressive to eat, you know. And the only time I felt happy growing up was when I was eating. And I look back on that now and I'm like, damn, I was never really happy, you know? I used to love making people laugh, but I was never happy, you know? I would have a good time playing video games for sure, because it was an escape from my reality. And I would always say that too, like I want to escape my reality. I want to escape my reality, and I would never understand what that truly meant, you know? And as I got older, I started, you know, divulging in drugs, and that's not healthy either, because that's also just another form of escaping my reality. And as I said before, it wasn't until I met my wife where, you know, or I wasn't a happy person when I met my wife, you know? And I know that she could see that. And I don't know, I would always look for people to be like, hey, I'm gonna be sad with you, or I understand that you've had a hard life, or I understand that you've dealt with a lot of emotions. And my wife was the opposite. She was, you know, she wouldn't accept that shit. So I started questioning myself, asking myself questions, you know. She would ask me questions like, what do you want to do? What do you see yourself doing? What makes you happy? And this is what made my wife first started dating, you know. Dare I say, we were just started being friends and hanging out and stuff. And I was very insecure. I was a bigger guy, I was very insecure. Yeah, I just didn't ask myself important questions. I think it's very important that you guys ask yourself the question, what do you want to do with your life? And it doesn't have to be answered in one day, it doesn't have to be answered in 1 week, it doesn't have to be answered in 1 month. I think it's very important that you find your passion. You know, if your passion is surfing, you know, if you find that you are the most happiest in your life when you're surfing, then find a way to monetize that. Yeah, if your passion is surfing, then find a way to monetize that. Whether it be you become a surf instructor, whether it be you open your surf shop, whether it be something that involves you being able to surf every single day, and make that your reality. I don't mean monetize to where you get rich. I mean monetize that to where you can have everything that you need every single day, when you need it, as much as you need, for as long as you need it for. You will never work a day in your life. And I hear people say that all the time. You'll never work a day in your life. Find something that you love and you'll never work a day in your life. And a lot of people don't know what that means. I mean that I don't think that anybody should look to be greedy with money. I think that you should look to have everything that you need when you need it, as much as you need when you need it. And I fully live my life by that, you know. I make sure that my wife is taken care of. I make sure that I'm taken care of, and every day I have what I need to be the best bodybuilder that I can be. And that's where my money goes. And I'm not saying that I don't save money, but find your passion. Find your passion and fucking attack that shit, because nobody is gonna help you in this world. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that people are not gonna destroy themselves or go out of their way to make sure that you have what you need. You have to make sure that you have what you need. You have to get out there and find your passion. If your goal this year is to lose weight and not be so upset with yourself, make it happen. Start step one. Step one, losing weight. Control your diet. I think it's way too easy nowadays to just go through a drive-through. And I don't think people realize as well that you could just easily get the same foods that you get at a drive-through and make it at home much healthier and much cheaper. I haven't been through a drive-through in 2 years now, 3 years now, something like that. I think that the type of food that you're eating definitely plays a role in your mental health. Yeah, I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, guys, but the best thing that I would say for you guys is just be the best version of you. Get up every day, and instead of thinking, damn, I want to be like that person, be like that person. Don't be like that person, be you. Do what you need to do, right? If that person that you are trying to emulate or trying to be like is getting up early and eating good, do what you have to do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter how that food tastes if you don't like it. Figure something out. Figure something out that you can maintain, because at the end of the day, we are our own worst critics. We are our own worst enemies. And if we can't make life happen for us, we're gonna die with regret. So I think that you guys need to be the best version of you. Love yourselves, put yourselves first, and don't listen to anybody when they say that's too hard or that's impossible, because they're projecting their beliefs on you. What you can do is not what they can do. So make life happen for you guys. I love you guys. It's a bit of a different video, but I appreciate you guys watching. This is your boy, Bethlehem the Beast. I love y'all. Be the best version of you. Love yourself. Peace.